I really don't want to make this video. I really don't want to say the things that I'm about to say in this video. I don't want to, even upload this, but I feel like I have to because it's so important. But today, October 24th, 2025, my mother, Amy, aka Bat Kisses, aka the one that made this channel, that owns this channel, that, is the host of this channel, she passed away today. And I don't know what to do. I mean, losing somebody that you've known your entire life, you know? For someone to die just like that, so suddenly, without any real warning either, that that hurts because you're not expecting it. And even if you are, the fact that you lose somebody so deeply that you care about or that you love, it's it's really hard to come to terms with. And I'm sure anybody else that has had this happen to them in their lives, um, could agree. But long story short, she's gone. And I'm sure some people would have a lot of questions that I don't exactly know the answers to because I've never had to deal with something like this um, by myself. Um, but one of the questions or the big ones that people ask is, how did she die? I don't know. I'm waiting for an autopsy report, and I probably should wait to make this video until I do get one, but I don't know. I feel like it's important to make it now. Um, and I might do a follow up video once I get the autopsy report telling me what happened and, catch you guys and gals up to speed with what's happening. Um, but I can only speculate, and I really hate doing that because it's going to make me feel worse than I already do. So, for like the past month and a half, her health had been declining, getting sick and things like that, the common cold and the flu, that sort of thing. And we didn't think anything of it because she always gets sick during this time of year or has sinus issues or whatever. And didn't think anything of it. And as time moved on, more symptoms started showing up, such as vomiting. Like, she never vomited. Like, she never got sick to that point where she would vomit. And even if she did, it was like once or twice. It wasn't for several hours, like she said. Like, she was telling me um, that pretty much ever since we got home from eating lunch that day, which we had Bob Evans, not like it matters, um, and getting her prescriptions from Walmart, um, she had been vomiting and had been, you know, doing that most of the night, which is not normal. And then she, about like a week or so later, started coughing up blood, and yeah, it wasn't good. Um, and the thing is, we had talked about potentially sending her to get checked out by like someone in the ER or hospital or whatever. Um, and that's the one thing I regret. I regret not being more persistent about it because I had even told her, hey, maybe you should get that checked out. Maybe you should, do something because this is not normal. And she never really went to get it checked out. And I guess you can't really force somebody to do something like that if they don't want to. But I feel like shit. I feel like if I would have been more persistent, if I would have said, hey, you have to go now, you know, she'd probably still be here. She'd be alive. I wouldn't have to be making this video. But, I mean, what's done is done, I guess. No amount of regrets or wishing or anything could bring her back now. As much as I would love to. Because I don't want her to go. I don't want her to die. you know, I wish I had more time with her. But it's like, you don't realize the importance of that until it's gone, you know? And it hurts. Okay. Um, but yeah, I'll let you know. Basically, if I know anything, you'll know something, because I'll make a follow up on that. Um, Another question people would have is, what are you going to do now? And the answer to that one is, I don't know. No, you are not getting on the keyboard. I don't want you typing random shit while I'm trying to make a video. Yeah, for some reason my cat likes to, hop up on the keyboard for whatever reason. And now he's trying to attack my pants. Crazy cat. But yeah, back to that question. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't even know what I can do at this point. Because it feels like everything has to be done at once, like all at the same time. Like, I have to plan for the burial, the cremation, and then the burial. I have to focus on um, I have to focus on getting the cars in my name, the house in my name. Um, I have to focus on getting a driver's license. I have to focus on getting a job. I have to focus on literally everything. And I feel like it's all being crashed down all at once, which is putting more stress and depression onto me than I need, you know? And like, and that's how I feel. It's not really happening right now. And I've been told by a lot of people, take it one step at a time, focus on one thing, and you know, but I feel like I have to do it all at once or do as much as I can as quickly as I can because I want to be caught up on everything. I want to make sure that I have somewhere to live. I want to make sure I have food. I want to make sure that I have, a lot of things. What the fuck are you doing? Cat, what are you doing? Get away from the food. This thing is gonna cause issues. Stay down. I swear, cat's doing cat things. Um, but yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really don't. Um, I haven't planned that far ahead, and every time I think I'm gonna plan something, about a billion different things start flooding into my brain at once. Like, oh, well, if you don't do it this time, during at this time, if you don't do that at the right time, you don't do this, do that, you'll lose everything. You'll fuck up. You'll be a failure. You'll suffer even more than you already are. You'll basically just you know be a nobody with no job and no life and no car license, no anything. And it's like I feel like I'm being pressured. And I don't know, that's more on me because I almost always overthink things and I usually just think about the worst case scenarios and all that before I think about the positive side of things, even though I probably shouldn't because that's putting more stress onto me, but I don't know. But yeah, long story short, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't even know if there's anything I can do right now. Um, but yeah, and some people are probably wondering, what am I gonna do with this channel? Like this whole channel. Um, I don't know. But I'll tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna delete this channel. I'm not gonna remove the videos. I'm not gonna do anything like that. And not only because I don't think that would be something that, Amy would have wanted, but I also don't think it's something that I would ever want. Because what if I want to look back at all the videos that we've done? What if I want to look back at all the recordings and I want to look back at, you know, when she was still alive? The memories and the sentimental value and all that. And a lot of those videos are not anywhere else. Like, I can't just copy them from the computer to my console or anything like that. Because, you know, a lot of them were deleted. And yeah, I know I could do, YouTube to MP4s to back them all up, but I don't know, it just seems like too much work to back up every single video that we've ever done. Um, so I think the best course of action would just to, keep the videos up, let the channel just keep going, even though it's basically dead now. Because I don't really see me doing any videos here. I don't really see myself doing like I mean it's bad enough I have to maintain, my channel, Neko Fluttershy. But to do two channels at once and have to, keep up with what, you know, we were doing before, like the Irish box, the Ireland box and the snacks and the Temus and the Amazons and things like that that we have been doing, and the Reiko yard sale that we were gonna do back in September, but didn't bother for whatever reason. Um, so I don't know what I'm gonna do on that front, but I'm not gonna, I'm just going to keep the videos and channel as it is. Um, there won't be much new uploads, so don't expect that. Um, I mean, it could change in the future. I could probably just be like, you know what? Let's upload something here. Um, but as of right now, I don't think I would want to do that. Um, I wouldn't want to do that because I'd have to focus on multiple things and I'd have to do a lot of things, and it's just too many things to do. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much that for that front on the what are you going to do with the whole channel side of things. And some people would wonder, what am I going to do with all her things, like the plushies or the books or anything else that she has. Well, I don't know. And I really hate to keep saying the same answer over and over and over again, but it's true. I really don't know what I'm going to do with all this. I can tell you right now, this computer, um, these phones that she was using, I'm keeping those. The Nintendo Switch that she had for herself, um, she had bought that back around 2020 or 2021, somewhere like that. Uh, I'm keeping that Switch as well. So basically, I have two phones, two Switches, two computers. Just wish it wasn't that way. I wish I didn't have to obtain these things that way. But as for the things like books, I don't know. Because I'm not going to read them. I don't read much anyway. But whenever I do, it's usually something like video game guides or something that's got to do with something I'm interested in. I don't really care much for true crime or things like Dracula or things like Romeo and Juliet and whatever. I don't really care about Stephen King. Like, I have no doubt that Stephen King's a great author, but I just don't personally read all that much of that. Um, and the worst thing about it, with her book collection, is she was spending so much time going to different places and getting the best sort of deals, mostly yard sales and thrift shops and whatnot, humane societies and anywhere that takes donations and things. Um, she was trying to collect the orange penguin or the orange spine penguin books. Um, but that kind of fell through when she died. And the thing is, I don't know if I want to keep that up. I don't know if I want to keep up with the collecting of those, or if I just want to leave them as is. Because I don't know, like, how much of a big dream that was for her, and um, I might just have to go and sort out certain books because I don't know if she had anything out at the library before she died. I know I had brought home a James Patterson book from the library. Um, that she checked out that now I'm gonna have to bring back. Fuck, I'm gonna have to tell people at the library now. So much people I have to tell that I don't want to tell because it's going to hurt me more and more every time because it's further just smashing the hole, just pounding the nail in that she's gone. And as for, things like plushies that she has, all those bats that she acquired over the years, um, and a couple other things, I don't know what to do with those. I might just leave them as is, because I don't really care much for bats. I don't I don't think they're bad. I think they're good creatures, but I'm just not really big into those. But I don't want to get rid of them because it's something that will remind me of her. It's like that Naked Eyes song, always something there to remind me. And you could take that as like a breakup song or whatever, or you know, however you want to take it. But right now, those lyrics, that and she loved music from the 80s. Like the 80s music is her thing. Like ever since she got that new car, um she pretty much has always had the 80s on 8 station from Sirius XM, and we've been listening to that every time we're in the car. Um but that song is how I'm feeling right now. You know, everywhere I look in this room, in this house, the books, the plushies, the figures that he's collected, the billions of boxes that we have in this house will make me think of her. And I don't want to get rid of that, you know? And um, I just don't know. But what I do know is that, she was the best parent, the best mother, you know, and the best person I've ever known. She was always, compassionate and kind and wanted to help people out. And, all of this is cliche. I know. People always say that about people that have passed. But with her, it's true. You know? I mean, she was always willing to help out people that are less fortunate. I mean, shit, she worked at a company called Inclusions that helped people less fortunate than the staff. People that were mentally disabled or, um, physically disabled or, deaf or blind or whatever the case may be, she helped them out. She was a part of that group who always helped each other out. And um, in recent years, she had been obsessed with ducks, like collecting ducks on Jeeps, and was always hoping that every time we'd go somewhere, um, she'd come back to a duck on the Jeep. And we have quite a bit, actually, you know? But that was one of her most favorite things to do. And, seeing her so excited, over something like that, I miss that already. Hadn't even been 24 hours, and I'm already missing everything that she did. And I know it's going to kill me when we have to bury her, even if it is just her ashes. That's still her. And I'm probably going to lose my mind for the next couple of days, weeks, whatever. Just trying to figure out what to do from here. I mean, do I just flat out give up and just forget about literally everything? Because, like, what's the point in living when the people that you live for are gone? The people that the only reason that you're still around, or that, the only reason why you're not dead is because of them. And I'm slowly but surely losing everything. And I just don't I I don't know what to do. Now, I'm not a religious person by any means. I don't believe in heaven, hell, God, Satan. I don't believe in any of that. But if I did, or if I had to place a bet, um, as to where should be right now, I got a pretty good bet that she's in heaven right now with my grandmother and grandfather and my two dogs, Piper and Snoopy, and maybe she has a front row seat to the greatest concert of all time. Ozzy Osbourne, Michael Jackson, the guy from Kiss that recently died. You know, I mean Elvis. She's gonna have a lot of fucking music up there. Let me tell you what. But yeah, I really wish that I would have spent more time with her. And I really wish that I didn't have to make this video because it's one of the hardest things I think I've ever had to do ever in my life. And I've had to do a couple hard things. Like watch my grandmother and grandfather get buried, have to go to school even though I lost, pets, and then have people wonder why I'm acting out. Why am I a mess? Why am I, causing issues? Like, wouldn't you do the same thing if you found out you lost a family member? And to me, pets are family, you know? Because it hurts seeing them gone, no longer here. And, you know, I just miss her, But another thing, I guess, is I don't know, and it's probably not gonna do me any good, not gonna do her any good. I mean, she's dead, so how could any of this do any good? But I guess I just need to get some things off my chest and hope that she could hear or whatever. But I really don't want to say these three words. I mean, it's hard for me to say it, but damn it. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to say rest in peace? Why is it so hard to finish this video? I mean, it's three simple words. Rest in peace. It shouldn't be so hard, but when it's somebody that you've known forever, when it's somebody that you love and care about, it makes it that much harder. This is so fucking hard to do. Cause like I want I want to talk to her, but I can't. And it seems the only way I can really do that is through this video, but I don't know how much good it would do. But I guess I'll just go for it. And if if I break down, I apologize in advance. I apologize in advance because I don't usually let people see me in a vulnerable state. I don't usually let people see me. Ah, you heard that too. Mice in the ceiling. Great. But yeah, like I said, I apologize in advance if I break down and just lose it, lose my mind and my sanity and everything. But, rest in peace to, Amy, to Amy Ward Clark, Amy Elizabeth Clark, whatever, same person. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you so much. I miss you. And I love you. I just wish you could have said more. I wish. I wish I could have. I could have talked to you more. Cause this fucking hurts. And I hope that wherever you are, you're happy. I hope you're in a better place. Because I sure should. Why couldn't it have been me? Why couldn't I have been the one to die? Why is it never me? Damn, now my eyes are burning. Shit. Like, I knew that making this video was gonna be hard, but I didn't think it'd be this hard. I mean, just, you know, give people the information that they want. Maybe give a little backstory or whatever. But it's much harder than that. It's not that simple, especially if it's someone that you've known forever. And I feel like I'm alone. Like, I have nobody else. I mean, I have no friends. And the only few friends I do have are out of state. Like, they're too far. And I don't I don't know how to, end a video like this, but that's pretty much all I had to say. Just letting you guys and gals know what's happening and this I don't I don't want to upload. I don't want to record this. I don't want to do any of this, but I feel like I have to just to let people know and to get my thoughts out there. And that's it for this video. I really don't know how to end this, but I guess I'll just end it, like end the video, and then once I find out anything else, I'll let you know. But, again, rest in peace. I just want you to know one more thing, Amy, before I go. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud to have called you my mother. I'm proud to, you know, be your son and slash daughter. Because for those of you who don't know, I'm gender fluid, non-binary, and all that. But I'm I'm glad to have spent these 25, almost 26 years with you, and I hope you're in a better place. I'll see you. I'll see you with another video.